Stuttering John didn't do any shows the week before. We didn't have a lot to talk about with him. And then he did a beer on the balcony that someone shared with me.
Sweet.
It should really be a video cast. I don't know what's going on with John's fingers. His fingernails are so long and there's so much shit underneath them.
Oh, God.
And like it might literally be shit. I don't know. And the one finger has like crusty yellow shit on the nail and the skin.
He's turning into a monster.
He really is. He looks terrible.
Yeah.
He's not long for this world. That is for damn sure.
Dude, get your fucking kidneys checked. He's going to like kidney failure.
I think so.
Oh my God.
It sucks because I want him to live forever.
Yeah. Yeah. What are we gonna do?
I don't know. I don't know.
The saddest I've ever seen Carl.
So he goes on and does an hour-long show by himself, and I have way too many clips. If this goes too long, somebody just stop me, and we'll just use the clips another time because there's just so much to fucking talk about
Do this
on
all
here.
day.
All right, so the last time we checked in on Stuttering John, he was talking about how hot his chick was. You remember?
Oh, yeah.
She's got the C cups, the flat stomach, the nice ass.
Hell of an ass.
Retired science teacher. So she's in her late 50s, 60s, whatever. You know, I'm not judging. I'm not an ageist person, but...
Good. See you looking at me.
All right, let's see what's going on here. Let's get an update.
What's been going on in my life? I was dating this chick for a while there. You know, I was shagging her.
That's gross.
Who says that? I was shagging her.
For a while implies they're not together anymore.
Sounds like it's not going so well.
So I'm dating this girl, and everything was, fine. Sweet girl. She was actually an ex-science teacher.
Ex-science teacher.
And then,
listen to him thinking.
Yeah.
but she's needy.
She's the...
And then she start like, you didn't text me today. You didn't call me today. It's like, I don't really, that's not, I'm busy right now. I got an audition I got to edit. I got kids. I'm trying to see my youngest son for dinner. I got this and that. I'm not like, I don't like talking on the phone, nor do I like texting all the time. It's not, so sure enough, I got a text from her today. I called you last night and you didn't answer. It's because I was sleeping.
It's because I'm passed out by 7. I start drinking at 3. What do you want from me?
She was needy. She needed to sleep in a bed that wasn't the human equivalent of a litter box.
I just love the fact that he's talking about this girl he's been dating for 3 weeks, who he's bragging about how she's hot and he's fucking her. And then he goes, I can't text her every day. What do you mean? You can't text your girlfriend every day? It's not that difficult. I think we all would reply to text messages of our new girlfriend every day.
That
doesn't make any fucking sense. He's making this up. You can tell by the length of time it took him to be like, the thing is she's needy.
Right.
She's needy.
She's needy.
That's what it is.
She needed me to be not disgusting.
She needed me to bathe.
Someone in the Discord pointed out it's the only time he still stutters is when he's about to lie.
It's true. That is true. There's a tell.
Yeah.
He's got a tell.
That's a good point.
And she goes, and I don't know if you want to respond, but I can't be in a relationship like this. And I'm like, all right, well, so finally I just texted her back. I go, look, if you need a guy to text and call you every single day, then I'm not your guy.
Oh, so John is the one who broke up. Isn't that funny how it started with she dumped him via text, and then he's like, oh, yeah? Well, don't let the door hit you on the way out, bitch.
Yeah, right.
I got other things going on in my life.
The way it always goes.
Oh, my God. Dr. Steve was on Anthony Cumia's show.
Okay.
And I was just watching live, and I wasn't going to call in, and then they started feeling bad for Stuttering John.
Yeah.
So I called in.
Oh.
And I have some clips from... Actually, why don't I play that now? I have some clips from that. But it's funny because even Anthony Cumia was like, when he was talking about making out with a chick in a bar, who the fuck does that? And he had a great analysis of it. He goes, like when you see a movie and they're trying to show that you're in like a really white trash bar and you'll see like people in the background. They're not like in focus, but they're like making out. And that's how you know that you're like in a really trashy establishment.
Yeah.
Like that's like what Pickwick Pub is.
Yeah.
John's in there making out with his girlfriend. He's 56 years old. And he's in there making out with his girlfriend. So fucking funny. But anyway, so yeah, I called in because Dr. Steve was on there talking about WATP.
Steve, your show is amazing. People love it, and I hear from people all the time that they love your program, and I adore you on Who Are These Podcasts. Carl and company
Love them.
Do such a great job over there.
They do.
Aren't you, like, you're a radio guy. You're a fan of radio and a student of radio, if you will.
I'm a student. Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm not a radio guy.
But don't they seem to have really picked up the ball with the radio thing? It's a great mix of radio and podcast. They do production. They have like the sound effects and bumpers and promos, but they're kind of funny and used in a almost tongue-in-cheek kind of way.
You know what? I miss penis.
And I'm so entertained by the show. And you were really good on it, talking about, of course, the inimitable Stuttering John Malin.
Never heard of him.
No?
That's Gino. Is that right
Someone
there?
tried
that
to
was
warn you
fun.
about him, but
Yeah.
go on with your thing.
Yeah, no, you did a bang-up job there on Stuttering John. I'm amazed.
Yeah, that
they
was on the Patreon side. The Patreon one was a good hour and a half long, and then the next week, just to promo that, he had me on for a couple of minutes to talk about whether it's okay to drink heavily and then take Klonopin and then do veal Parmesan Heroes and cough syrup for COVID.
Delicious.
Yeah.
And we did appreciate Dr. Steve's analysis on that. Now, the reason why I wanted to point this out is because I know that Anthony's listens to the show and he keeps up on Stuttering John with that, but he's going beyond that because I have not brought up the fact that Stuttering John and Hale Sparks had a comedy show that was booked and promoted and has now been canceled. And there's a lot of speculation about this, and Anthony brought that up.
I guess his gig was canceled with Hal Sparks. He professes to be very close friends with Hal Sparks.
Okay.
And they had a mutual gig. I guess John was opening for him. Or if you talk to John, he was Hal Sparks was opening for John.
Begging him, probably begging.
Oh, yeah. And then the gig got canceled for some reason. No one really knows why. And then Hal booked another gig in a bigger venue in San Francisco without John.
Shocker.
So now it's like, it's so, like anyone can read that and know exactly what happened.
On air with
Coral Hamburger. Yummy, yummy. Hamburger.
All right, let's get back to the Stuttering John stuff. So he starts off this beer on the balcony, he plays his theme song, and the theme song is like 3 minutes long. And he has all this dead air. The theme song ends, there's nothing going on, and he finally gets in front of the microphone. Listen closely, Andy.
Yeah.
Wait for it.
How you doing, everyone? Welcome to Beer on the Balcony.
What the fuck was that, John? He comes out, he's chewing his food. He's got a giant mouthful of food that he's trying to chew down as fast as possible. He's grabbing for his beer to wash it down. And I think we need an explanation as to why that happened.
We have to understand. I start the song. I take a piss. Run downstairs. I make half a ham sandwich. I wolf it down. Because I haven't eaten. And I need energy.
Wait, hold on. Did you hear the end of that? What did he just say?
And I need energy.
And I need Nenji. And I need Nenji?
Yeah, that's what he
And I need
said.
energy.
I mean, I think he's like, I need energy, but he's saying I-E-N-G.
I need Nenji. And this is before he gets drunk. This is the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
He pounds 4 beers during this show that's an hour long.
Yeah.
Even by my standards. That seems excessive. All right, so he's responding to the chat like he always does, which is great. And somebody tells him that Howard Stern's playing clips of Betty White interviews where Stuttering John was interviewing Betty White, but they cut out Stuttering John and just played Betty White's answers.
I'm really curious if they cut John's voice out of the Betty White tribute on Howard. They played her answer to the question, but no one asking her the question. It didn't make any sense out of context. Did they really? Well, that's because of the lawsuit. See, now they know, although I don't even know if they're allowed to play that. Okay. So I mean, yeah, now suddenly they go, I guess we were wrong. Thank you for telling me that, CB. That's an admittance. I got to talk to Popak about it. That's an admittance that they know that what they're doing is wrong.
No, they're admitting that they don't care if you're on the show in any way. They're
admitting that you're not helping their station in any single way. No one's signing up for Sirius because they hear Stuttering John's voice. Also, the admittance is that John didn't bring a lawsuit for 15 years. He's been on Sirius XM since 2005, playing best of shows all this time, and now finally John goes, "Oh, you can't do that." Well, why didn't you care for 15 years while you were making a steady paycheck?
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden you care.
Yeah.
That's the admittance of guilt.
Oh, you can't do that. You can't use my shit. Okay, fine. We'll cut all your shit out.
Yeah, I know.
And not think twice about it.
Exactly. All right, so let's talk about what's going on the hater sites and all the gossip.
Yeah. Somebody told me, somebody went on the Reddit site, and I don't go on. And I always tell people, don't tell me anything on there because I don't want to know. In the old days, like if I would talk to people, I would tell them different things, but just one. Like if I'm talking, it's people that I don't really know, and I'm just I'll tell them 1 or 2 things.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then I'll see if it ever shows up, and then I'll know if the person says some of the things that I said, or one of the things. I'll know who that person is.
Fucking creep.
Are you guys following this strategy?
Yeah.
So John goes around lying to people to see if they're haters or not.
There's this one guy, thinking, I guess he tweeted, or however you call it, like on Reddit, that I'm a school teacher now or something. But I mean, first of all, I'd have to go to college to become a different college, well, 2 years of college to become a school teacher. But it is something I told this person.
Can you pause it real quick?
Yeah,
no.
Didn't he tell everybody that he was going to be a substitute teacher at some point?
You know what? I can't remember.
Back in the Royce days.
Yeah, I thought he did say that.
Yeah.
And being a substitute teacher, you don't need a degree for.
No.
You can be a substitute.
Yeah, it's pathetic.
It's not a good gig. It's not a good.
I'm just saying, like he heard the same shit everybody heard.
Knowing that it was horseshit, but just seeing, because I had my doubts, and sure enough, it shows up.
Yeah. John's pretending he's playing 4D chess. There's no way he would remember what he told someone.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way. He doesn't remember anything that's going on in his life.
Yeah, he doesn't remember. He thinks he's Tyrion Lannister on Game of Thrones. That's a fucking Tyrion thing. And he told everybody this on his own show. And he doesn't remember all his own lies.
No, of course not. And this is hilarious, too, because when you're telling people lies to figure out if they're the ones going on Reddit or not, you would say good things about yourself.
Yeah.
Right? Yes. Would that make a lot of sense?
Yeah. Now, I don't remember if I ever said that to this person, which is another bullshit. I just seeing if it ever would show up. I have never, ever in my life have had to have supervised visitation. But this idiot fell for it, and apparently he goes on these sites and says it.
Why would you tell someone that you just met you have supervised visitation with your children?
Yeah.
Oh, I got you. Now there's a rumor about it. Everyone's talking about it. Like, you started that rumor, John?
Yeah.
Why? What were you thinking? Why would you do that? I told this guy that I'm a premature ejaculator, and sure enough, There it is on Reddit.
Yeah.
I told the guy I ran out of toilet paper, and that's why there's all this shit under my fingernails. And there it is on the hater sites.
Gotcha.
Now I know.
You busted.
Now I know you're a troll. And now we're not friends anymore. Unless you want to buy me a pint. You really could just be friends with John. No matter what you do with him, you just offer to buy him a Coors Light. Like, all right, we're cool. It's all good. Curly, you're the guy who's been goofing on me for the last 4 years and I wanted to sue? Yeah, but I'll buy you a pint. Oh, all right. Yeah, cool. We're good. All right. This is some strategy he's got.
And then as soon as I know it showed up somewhere, then I know who it is. Because I tell them each a separate thing. Oh, I'm going to say this to this one. I'll say this to that one. And then we'll see which one is going to betray me and and say it, even though it's not a betrayal, because it was all horse shit to begin with. And then it'll come up, and then boom, I know that they were trolls all along.
And I think it's funny because he starts off by saying, I don't go on these sites. So someone later on brings this up to him that his strategy doesn't even make sense.
John, if you don't go on Reddit, how do you know if the lies show up?
Right.
I do not go on Reddit, dummy. I do not. I refuse.
Okay.
I do, though, happen to have a friend.
Here come the lies. Get ready.
Right.
Who every once in a while will tell me something because he goes on there. But not just for me. He just goes on there. But every once in a while he does just, and he'll tell me. And he'll say, oh, this is what they're saying. And because I always say, I don't want to know. But he goes, oh, but this is too funny. And then he'll tell me one. I go, what?
Is he talking about Cardiff? None of this makes any sense. He goes, I tell people lies just to see if they're trolls or not. But I never follow up on that to find out if they're actually posting those things. And a guy who's a friend of mine tells me these things. I tell him not to, but he does anyway. And then I go, what? They're saying that? But John, your strategy is that you would know that what they're going to say.
How are you keeping track of all these lies?
He's not.
Yeah, there's no way. What is he like writing it down? Like, I told this guy this thing, and I told this guy that thing, and I told this guy that thing, and I have all these lines in the water, and we're going to see who bites.
Yeah,
who's a troll.
According to him, that's what's going on, except for the fact that he doesn't go on those sites.
Yeah, and he can't keep track of that.
Of course not.
And also, he sounds more and more like Hank the Angry Dwarf. He's just like, go have sex with your mother.
You're right. He's a less entertaining version of Hank the Angry Dwarf. Oh, boy. And then he's talking about radio gunk. And, before I get to that, let's get more into how he doesn't go on these hater sites.
But I swear I don't go on there. I refuse to go on there. Ask my friends.
What friends? What are you talking about?
I pitch I'm
not lying to you.
Oh, that's why your voice went up when you said it.
Somebody says, ask my friends if I go on Reddit. Ask my friends. I tell them the same lie. I tell everyone. Ask my mom. She knows I don't go on Reddit. I told her that last week.
Why would I want to? That's what they want. And that's the funny thing. They want me to go on there. Because, look, John's radio. That's how obsessed they are with me. I'm not going to give them that satisfaction. I'm not going to go on there.
The lie there was that he has friends.
I know. Ask my friends. Present one. Yeah. And I'll be happy to ask that person.
I'd rather hang out here with you guys chewing the shit than fucking going on some site that's dedicated to just hate, lies, and abuse.
You mean jokes and photoshops? What is he talking about? I love this thing where he's like, these people are all hate-filled. Like, we're all, like, laughing our asses off at funny photoshops of you and Hale having gay sex. What do you... Well, Hale's not a man. But what do you mean that it's all haters and lies? I love that he's like, these people are all lying about me, but you're the one who told them to say that lie.
Yeah.
Remember, John? That was your master strategy? You were saying you can't have it both ways.
Can't Dr. Steve or Anthony or even like Shuley get Hal Sparks on their show, just like under the guise of promoting whatever, and just get something out of him about why he's fucking with, like, why he's paying attention to Stuttering John in any single way.
Well, Hal Sparks is extremely left-leaning, so he's not going on Anthony Cumia's show anytime soon.
Dr. Steve. Come
Dr.
on.
Steve, maybe the Opster could
Dr.
have him on. I think the Opster and I are going to join forces pretty soon.
This is a call to Dr. Steve. You could pull it off.
All right. AJ Benza was on his show, and John's even trying this strategy with him.
I mean, even guys like AJ Benz, I would tell him bullshit stories because I just want to see if he'd ever fucking, come out and betray me, which he did. Which he did.
By the way, AJ Benza is on my short list. We might get him on WATP,
cool.
which would be a lot of fun because I want to talk to him about his relationship with this stuttering retard. I think that'd be fun. All right, so now he's talking about Radio Gunk. Now, if you guys aren't familiar, Radio Gunk is a website that's run by Monique. It's now a podcast as well, but it started off as like a messaging board. People talked about radio shows, primarily Howard Stern. And they talk about, there's a lot of places you can go if you want to laugh at Stuttering John. Radio Gunk is one of those places.
You need to go on Radio Gunk. It's a great group, great show when you were on. I like Monique. I've been on her show. I don't go on a website, though. Again, same losers as it is on Reddit. Just dedicated to hate and nonsense.
All right, so John says, I do not go on that website. Fast forward about 30 minutes, and someone calls him out on this. And listen again when John has to make up a lie, how long it takes him to think about it.
Maniac Zaniac. Couldn't come up with a better name this time, huh? John, you logged into your Radio Gunk account on December 13th. It shows in your profile. Suffered Den told me. I logged into my Radio Gunk account on December 13th.
This is where there's a GIF somebody made in one of the subreddits where he's like looking all around like, oh, what do you mean? He's like trying to think of a lie and he's just making all these weird faces and shit. I logged into a website in December? What? All right, let's see what he has to say about that.
Well, first of all, that's over a month ago.
Okay.
And second of all, if I did, it was probably because Monique had just asked me to do the show, which I think would exactly correspond to the time that Monique asked me to come on the show.
Okay.
But I wasn't able to log on, so that's a load of shit. I could never get on it anyway, even when I used to try. I can't.
So his response is, I'm too stupid to log into my account. There's no way I did that.
That's the most believable thing you've said so
That's
far.
the only believable thing. I can't remember my password. I love that this guy goes, John, we know that you logged in. Yeah, but that was over a month ago. You just said you never go on these sites.
Never.
I never go on those sites unless it's been a month ago. Then I go on all the sites.
Unless I was too drunk to remember.
It's so great.
I like with people that are so deprived of love in their life that they feel the need to just hate on somebody on a nonstop basis. It is, to me, a disease. It's something like I don't wake up every morning and go, oh, like, who am I pissed at today?
I wish you weren't a liar.
Yes, he does. That's literally what he does. He's talking about how these people hate him. Honestly, John, we don't hate you. We love everything you do. It's one of the funniest things in my life right now.
Yeah.
So to say that we hate you is ridiculous. But John literally does hate people. So that's why when he rips on Don Jr.'s video, it's not funny. Because he literally hates the guy.
Right.
He isn't having fun with shit. Like, he hates Trump. He hates Republicans. He hates 50% of the population of the United States. He hates them. Fucking hates them. Says it all the time. Tweets at them. All this shit. And he's going, I can't believe people hate people. I just don't get it. Right. I don't understand how that works.
Yeah.
These losers who have shows dedicated, they have guests on.
Yep, that's me.
Loser guests.
That's me.
Some might call them pedophiles.
Whoa. So I played this on the Drew and Mike show, and we were talking about it. It's like, pedophiles? Does he just think that's like a negative word? Like oh, you're a loser and a pedophile, just a derogatory term or something? Like, does he know what that means?
All, right-leaning people are interested in pedophilia.
Pedophiles. And the guests, who just, trash me all the time. I mean, how much hate can you have for somebody?
Well, you just called the person a pedophile. Like, we make jokes about it. We're like, well, you got a lot of shit underneath your fingernails. And he goes, you're a pedophile. Like, whoa, dude. That's very different, sir. You asshole.
Just because you're dating some 50-year-old slob that's a science teacher, and not somebody that's half your age.
So now, speaking of him hating people, he brings up Joe Rogan, who he hates. He tweets about it all the time. But he has a good reason for it.
I'll shit on Joe Rogan.
We know.
But I met Joe Rogan. I did Celebrity Fear Factor.
So he's allowed to shit on Joe Rogan because he met Joe Rogan 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That makes sense, right? Listen, I hate people, but I met them once. Okay, fair enough.
But some of these losers, I mean, that's all. It's like all this anger towards me. But again, I consider it a compliment.
Obviously.
And all of these, they haven't achieved an ounce of success.
Not an ounce? Not an ounce of success.
A half ounce.
Okay. All these losers who are goofy on you haven't achieved an ounce of success. Every time I post a video of us goofing on Stuttering John, it gets 3 times as many views on YouTube as John's shows do. Not an ounce of success. All right, fair enough.
I'm doing well. I'm here on my balcony, a beautiful balcony.
You're really not.
The clouds don't move. But I'm fine. I'm fine with money. Am I fucking a billionaire? No. But I'm fine. But I don't really put that much importance in money. So, if Sean Hannity is a multi-millionaire, who cares? I don't personally care.
John doesn't really care about money, guys. And you can tell that when he shames people for not super chatting him.
Yeah, right.
I did the show on Tuesday, which, by the way, in my opinion, was one of my best shows with Ron Filipowski,
Good
the
guy.
man who found out who Jared Schmuck was, and Hal Sparks, and we essentially did a 3-hour show. I only got 2 or 3 super chats. Let me tell you something. You should be ashamed.
This is a guy who doesn't care about money.
Yeah.
Shaming his audience for not giving him enough money during an episode he did with Ron Filipowski. Who's that, the kicker for the Eagles? The fuck is that? Never heard of him. So this is weird because now this takes this bizarre turn where John starts talking about making money and how money isn't important, but he has to brag about how much money he made.
It's a weird. I find it almost odd. Odd. That money is that insanely important to somebody's life. And if it is, there's got to be something wrong with you. There has to be. Look. I made my first million when I was about 30, maybe.
Stop it.
31. 32.
Now he's trying to play it off like, I don't know, I made $1 million. I was in my early 30s. I don't know. Who even knows anymore?
Yeah. And how old were you when you got divorced and your wife took it all?
I want to know why you'd brag about having $1 million when you're begging for super chats. Opie does the same shit where he like celebrates getting $5. You can't be both like, hey, I'm fine, I got tons of money, and asking people on the internet for their money.
And then out of a third corner of your mouth saying that money, being obsessed about it is stupid.
Yeah, I don't understand these people who want money.
Yeah.
Well, I can understand that.
Yeah.
Money is like how you buy stuff.
And fuck you for not giving it to me.
You should be ashamed of yourself. But he's got a theory as to why people need money so badly. Now, I would say shelter, clothing, food, necessities would be a good reason, a good place to start.
But there is an illness. Like you have people like Howard Stern. Like they have to have money. You have a guy like Rupert Murdoch. He's got to have money. Jeff Bezos. He's got to have money. And you know why? It's because he got a little dick. got a little dick like Joe Rogan. Got a little dicky.
Whoa, you got butt slam! Ho, 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 ho.
Projecting much there, John? Anyone with money has a little penis, according to John. I'd love to see Joe Rogan and John fight. It'd be a lot different than crazy Cappy. It's calling him out. But there's a reason why John is comfortable calling people out.
But that's the thing. It's small dick syndrome. I got a decent sized dick. I don't really give a fuck.
He's got a decent sized dick. Who would ever say that? Hey, how big's your dick? Decent size. It's decent size.
It's not embarrassingly small.
I had a girl tell me it was big once. I don't know.
All these people with money are doing shit that people will give them money for.
Correct.
You're doing nothing that nobody wants anything to do with.
Well, he's bitching about Howard. And Howard's a fucking sellout. I mean, Howard fucking lost his mind. I don't know what he's up to. So I understand that part of it. But if you're Jeff Bezos or Rupert Murdoch, like, yeah, you made a lot of money because you're really successful and good at what you do. That's how money comes to you. What's the alternative? Like not working hard, not trying to be good at stuff? I mean, I guess that's what John's doing. He's proving how much he doesn't care about money by putting on the worst podcast possible. When John was young, he asked himself, would I rather be rich or famous? You know, like we all do.
When I was a little kid, for some reason, like, you know, when you're thinking in bed, I go, all right, if I had a choice for being rich or being famous, which one would it be? And I said, I'd rather be famous. Well, I got my wish.
That's the dumbest thing to brag about ever. That, well, I don't have any money, but at least people know who I am.
Yeah.
That should turn into you getting money.
Right.
Rich. It's called rich and famous, not rich or famous.
Yeah.
no one ever says, are you rich or famous? You fucking idiots. Well, I might be the internet's punching bag, but at least they know who Stuttering John Melendez is.
At least I have a decent dick.
And I have a decent size dick. And then John starts talking about his old house that he used to have when he made a lot of money on The Tonight Show, a job he was wildly unqualified for. It was a goof, John. You're not an announcer. You're a stutterer. It's a goof. It was a goof. Jay Leno's a comedian. It's funny, you idiot. But he got paid a lot of money. And John's talking about what a huge mansion he had in L.A.
Did I need a closet that was the size of most master bedrooms? No.
I wonder if John ever looks back at these videos and sees what he did, what he put out on the internet.
Of course he doesn't.
He doesn't.
Ever looks back.
He would never put in the time to
All right.
sift through and edit anything.
So let's talk more about John's old mansion that he didn't even need. I don't care about money. I didn't even need all that. I bought it. I lived there, but I didn't need it.
Well, that place, Frank and Smithbury, like the second one I had in the Oaks, that was 6,400 square feet or 6,800 square feet on a half-acre lot. It's the one Artie and Baba Booey came to. I mean, I had a football field as a backyard looking over, looking over the mountains. I had a view lot, half acre. It was like, we'd run races in the back. I mean, I had a big fucking pool with an automatic pool cover and all that.
This is where we used to live.
This is so pathetic.
Yeah.
John's talking about where he used to live. Now he lives in a shitty apartment. He's in a shitty building next to a Home Depot. And he's sitting there going, yeah, I used to have a lot of money. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't care about that. Most people who used to have that lifestyle maintain it. That's kind of the goal of getting to that point in your life, that you can then maintain that lifestyle. But John knew all along that wasn't going to happen.
Like I said, it wasn't because I felt the need to look rich. No, I did it as, what I thought would be an investment. Yeah, and I put a handball court there for my kids.
He lived in this mansion because he thought that was going to be an investment. He didn't want to live in a giant mansion and have a luxurious lifestyle. I learned from the Financial Feminist, there's only two things you can invest in, stocks and bonds.
Yeah, right. Not real estate. It was an investment because when your wife left you and you needed to give her a lot of money, you could sell that house.
He sold the house and gave her all the money. So right after he talks about how he had this giant house, multiple living rooms, they never used them, he didn't need it, he says this.
Howard Stern lives with Beth, and that's it. Does he need a 12,000 square foot house or whatever it is? I'm guessing 12,000. It's probably more.
Okay.
What the fuck is he going to do with it? I ask you. What is he going to do with it?
Maybe it's an investment, John. This fucking guy talking about his mansion, and then he goes, this guy has a bigger mansion. Why the fuck is he living in a bigger mansion?
What do you need that for?
What a fucking idiot. It's unbelievable that somebody would say these things out loud and not catch themselves and go, oh my gosh, I sound like such an idiot. I don't know what I'm thinking right now. I apologize. But then John goes on to explain that he doesn't need money. He could live anywhere.
It's like, if I moved to Florida, which I was thinking about doing, everyone's like, well, you're going to be happy. Dude, I could live anywhere. I could live in any state in this country. I could live in any country. I don't really need, if I had the internet, watch TV, go to the local pub, have a few pints, make a few friends, find a girl, get laid, and call it a day.
John's just a simple man, guys. He can live in any state, any country. Do you know there's many countries that don't allow alcohol to be sold anywhere? John, are you familiar with this? What? There's no local pub? Okay, I take that back. I can't live anywhere. Fucking idiot.
I was going to buy drinks for everyone.
And now no one's getting anything.
Most people don't move from sunny California to Florida. And they're both nice. Florida is like the California of the East Coast.
I know. I can live anywhere. Florida, California, anywhere. Fucking idiots. All right. After he's going off on all these rants about haters and trolls, and there's pedophiles on my show, and he's going through all this, he says this.
Don't you guys love these beer on the balconies? Isn't it like a fun time to just chill out?
Chill out? What are you talking about, John? You're an angry guy. You're angry at everything.
You're screaming at the clouds about Howard Stern's mansion.
So then, I love that people are giving him shit. John's got white shit all over his shirt. It's probably dandruff.
John, what's all voya your shirt? Voer. I believe he meant to write over.
All right, whatever. He's typing
and then
fast.
I looked down, and I don't know what he's talking about. The only thing I could think of is lint or maybe cat hair. Do I give a shit? No.
You should, John. You're on the internet broadcasting. It's the only thing you do for a living. You should care how you look. You should try to wash a shirt before you go and chew. Stop chewing your fucking sandwich. Care a little bit, John.
Chewing your words.
Chewing the shit.
He's so stupid. He thinks everyone has the same amount of hate. Anyone who's famous just has haters. You ask people all the time, do you have haters like I do? No, John, you do. Because you suck at what you do.
You know you're going to be on camera. Look presentable.
Suck at this, John.
Oh my God, I tuned in. I clipped on the YouTube for the one that he did on Martin Luther King Day. And it looked like he literally just got out of the shower. He looked like Squiggy from Laverne and Shirley. He had like this spit curl hanging down. And he just looked like he was sweating. He looks so bizarre.
What are you, Gilbert Godfrey? You just pulled a reference out from the 70s. So I have not watched an episode yet because I had way too much to do. I didn't want to start watching that because it fucked me up because there's just too many clips already. We're already going too long on this. But I heard that's an amazing episode.
Yeah.
His MLK episode. I'm looking forward to that. So John, this guy, what's all over your shirt? And he put the O and the V in the wrong order. So now John goes off on this rant about people having bad grammar. This is ridiculous.
Ida Greenfeld, I love when you correct grammar. It drives me nuts. If I hear one more person say I'm so frustrated, I am frustrated with people who say frustrated. It's a pet peeve of mine. Can you please pronounce frustrated with an R?
I've never heard someone say frustrated.
Yeah, I've never heard that.
It's not a thing.
Not even a little kid.
And John, he's at his wit's end. with that. He can't take it anymore. What's he talking about? All these people leaving out the R in frustrating? What?
Oh.
But wait, now we're going to get into some spicy talk. You guys know that the word your can be spelled two different ways?
If you say this is your beer, that's Y-O-U-R. This is your beer. If you say you're an idiot, that's Y-O-U apostrophe R-E.
Check out the big brain on Brad. You're a smart motherfucker. That's right.
I was surprised he got that right. This is a guy who still has his Long Island accent.
Yeah,
He pronounces words incorrectly all the time. He sounds like a fucking moron. He's lived out in California for 2 decades, and he still can't pronounce words correctly.
Yeah. This loser troll told me that I should suck your own dick, and he spelled your wrong.
Just so you know, when I used to be married to Susanna.
I see you're drinking beer. Could I have some of your beer?
I'm saying it the right way.
Well, even better than the your talk is the their talk. You guys ready for this?
Jesus.
I don't know.
I can't. Maybe he is a teacher because he really knows a lot about grammar and spelling.
There's so many of them. I'm trying to think. Or there is always misused.
Jesus Christ,
Oh,
John.
he's making this show.
I'm going to
man,
go
now.
there. T-H-E-R-E.
Don't go there.
Well, that's their shirt. T-H-E-I-R.
I can't believe he's doing this.
They're cool. T-H-E-Y apostrophe R-E. I don't know. Doesn't seem like brain science. I mean,
What a drunk idiot.
It's not rocket surgery.
Brain science. It doesn't take that much thinking of your noodle to understand how these things are spelled. Now, you guys might know, I've definitely spelled there incorrectly from time to time.
Sometimes you're typing faster than you think.
Yeah. Or you, whatever. John's perfect, as we all know.
and look, occasionally even I'll make a mistake. If I'm fucking half in a bag. You know, and I'll just be tweeting on a phone or something.
Yeah.
Occasionally.
Occasionally, every episode is a mistake, John. Every episode you put out is a mistake. What do you mean occasionally?
It's a clinic of mistakes.
It's all mistakes all the time. It's to the point where my show is fucking 3 hours long because there's so many mistakes just from one episode. Yeah. Just one episode. I can't get through it. I'm sorry. I got to blast through. I have like 5 more clips here.
Cool.
But we absolutely have to blast through this. There's definitely someone who's in there who is a troll because they bring this up when he's talking about grammar.
Mark P. Picture is a baseball player or something you pull liquid from. Picture is a photo you can take using a camera on your smartphone.
Someone mispronounces picture? What? Is Mark P a WATP listener? I'm starting to think maybe he is, because why else would you bring that up? All right, so now John is drinking his 4th and final beer. So it's almost time to finish things up.
All right, last sip. I only do 4 beers on this beer on the balcony. Stage dog. John, you're quick to bust balls, but when we try it with you, you call us trolls. Never was, never will be. I love you. Stage dog. What? I didn't call you a troll. What are you talking about?
John doesn't remember anything because this guy Stage Dog is like, no, you accused me of being a troll. Like, you're busting people's balls, we're busting your balls, but as soon as someone busts your balls, you freak out. And John doesn't realize that this is actually a real big problem in his life. He freaks out on anyone. According to John,
I'm perplexed. I'm perplexed.
So the advice that he gives Stage Dog here, because remember, Stage Dog says, there was a time when I was just trying to bust your balls. You called me a troll. You called me out. I'm a fan. I don't know why you did that. John's got some really good advice.
Stage dog, long ago. Come on, can we just get rid of the past there, Stage dog?
John telling people to get rid of the past? That's the only place he lives. It's the only world he knows is the past.
It's
What's
water.
he talking about?
It's water under the bridge until the next time you bust my balls. Then you're a troll and a pedophile.
Like I say, live and let live.
And I know where you live.
I didn't even clip the part where he was telling these people he knew what their names were. He's like, I know your real name. You know, he just threatens people all the time, which is why I called in to Anthony's show to tell them, don't feel bad for Stuttering John. The first thing he did when we heard we were making fun of him is he said, I know where you live, and I know people who will break your legs, is what he said to me. It's like, well, I don't feel bad for people like that. He's an asshole.
Who are these podcasts?